Hi everybody, I'm Norman Van Aken and welcome to the Treasure Book series we've been doing. This one is called The Way We Cook. Saveur magazine, one of the greatest magazines that ever came along about food and wine and lifestyle and all of that, co-created by, among other people, my dear friend Colman Andrews, who I first learned of when he wrote a book on the cuisines of the Iberian Peninsula, essentially. Anyway, Coleman's an amazing person, and Dorothy Callens was another person that was central, as I believe Christopher Hirshheimer. She was the photography person, I believe. Anyway, I've said often in my Treasure Book series before that pictures weren't often the case in the early books that we were buying in the late 70s and early 80s. Just wasn't a thing. With this book, Saveur, The Way We Cook, portraits from around the world, it is chock full of pictures. And I checked before doing this taping that through thrift books, you can buy this hefty book for about $6.50, which when I bought it in 2015, probably was closer to 50. So thrift books is a great value. Let's talk about Saveur magazine just for a second. Camera lady, check out this whole rack, this whole row. Those are all Saveur magazines. And some of mine went missing, and I went on to, might have been Etsy, but I found a person selling scads of them, and I almost have the complete lineup. Let's talk about photographs. This is of a place in France that we've been to. The great bistro chez l'ami Louis, and the French chef is pushing some pommes frites through the window. This book is from all over the world, and so you'll see just images upon images upon images, and naturally you'll see recipes as too. But it is so graphically rich that you're going to have your imagination just go wild looking at the people and the dishes and the humanity that pours out of it. Let's talk about the humanity for a second. This lady from Charleston is putting up a plate of macaroni and cheese with pork chop. The woman, Francine Prose, is a contributing editor of Saveur magazine, or at least she was when this book came out. I'm going to say this quickly, but what you really want is to be inside these pictures. You want to eat the food, the fried pork chop and the mac and cheese, the stir fry, the scrambled eggs, the pineapple upside down cake, and to revel in how beautiful the subjects look caught in the private, semi-private, and public act of preparing or serving something appealing. The longer we look at these photos, the more likely we are to find ourselves thinking that there's something magnetic in itself about competence and know-how in the kitchen. How can we not marvel at the assurance with which the Bolognese pasta maker threads her fingers through a cat's cradle of golden noodles, or at the precision and focus of the pedigreed Viennese pastry chefs creating elaborate chocolate-dipped pastries from what we must assume are the finest ingredients chosen with the greatest of care. We may have been taught that pride is a deadly sin, but these cooks make pride seem like a totally justified and sympathetic emotion. Here's a great picture of wonderful Wolfgang Puck, one of the great success stories of the industry. Wolfgang deserves all of that. I love the guy. He wrote an amazing blurb for my memoir, and we've cooked in many places together. He still loves to cook. When I was flipping through the book a little bit ago, I saw that this picture was taken by Penny de los Santos, and I had the joy of working with Penny also when we did the book I wrote in combination with our son Justin, My Key West Kitchen. And Penny was just fantastic to work with. So this book will take you around the world. It will have you doing dishes from South Carolina to South Vietnam to Texas to all points in between. Gonna have to have those pommes frites soon, the ones from France, and the joy and the humanity and the sharing of the table, and that's what it's all about. And that's why I include this book amongst my treasure books. I hope you'll get a copy yourself someday and just revel in the opportunity to enjoy, and it inspires you to get into the kitchen. That's what it's all about. Talk to you soon.